As a business, one of the most important concepts to grasp is that supply is a byproduct of demand and not the other way around. That is the systematic approach of a good business model. A good business model does not force a bad product on a low demand market, or even a good product on a low demand market. It gives a good product to a high demand market. In other words, what you're supposed to focus your delivery systems on in a business is giving people what they want at a value that they are going to be foolish in refusing what you have to offer. That it would take someone going against their natural state of thinking to reject the value that you have to offer. In other words, your offer has to be so convincing to every aspect of why that person is demanding what they want from you. And you have to deliver it in such a way that other businesses cannot, because you are operating with the assumption that you are not the only one in the market. So your value does not come by operating in isolation. Your value comes by operating uniquely. Aligning your business model with the demand of the market is what is key. The reason why many great ideas fail to find their anchor in the marketplace is because they have built their business model around a market that does not want what they have to provide. So you may even have the right product, but the way that you are delivering that product is in low demand. If you are a food company, great food, great demand for the food that you have to provide. If you have a business model that does not cater to the demand of how technology now has shortened the process of how someone can access the food that you have to provide. Let's say, for example, you are a business that is a food company, you are a restaurant, but you do not offer delivery services. You're a fast food company, you don't offer delivery services. You may have the right product, but your business model around how you connect with your market may be wrong. So there are two ways in which you can play with the market in a wrong way. There are two wrong ways to play the game of business. The first one is to be in a market where your product is in low demand. And then the second way is to deliver your product in a way that is in low demand. So it's not just about the service or the good that you're providing, but it's also about the systems that you have in place on how that product gets to your customer. Are you aligned with the technological advancements that have to do with how people can know who you are? And that's where it comes to the marketing aspect. Is the business model around marketing in alignment with the demand for how people like to be marketed to? Are your delivery systems on how you manufacture the product in alignment with what is in demand for the market? Is your product aligned with demand? And is your model around how you produce and deliver that product to your customers within the demand of that particular market? So this particular video is just meant to give you a brief reflection that before we can talk about how to fix your business model, before we can talk about how to align your business model and ensure that you're competing correctly in the marketplace, you need to ensure one critical thing is that you are aligned with the demand. If you're not aligned with the demand, you, my friend, will not be able to capture the value that is being demanded in the market. you will find yourself being less valuable to the people that you are serving because you have not aligned yourself with what they want. The simple line of how to do business: give people what they want and charge for it. And that is a simple line that is meant to give you a perspective that value drives what people are willing to pay for. And that value has to be demand aligned. It is not value that you perceive people may want. It is demand that you have taken time to clearly define. Clearly defined demand creates clarity around precision-based supply. Your edge in your business is in precision-based supply. You have an edge on how you supply your product and how you connect with your customers in such a way that they are able to connect with you and they are able to receive the full value of what you have to offer. So my dear friends, even as we've come to the end of this video, I just want to give you core action points. Define your demand in order to gain clarity on the precision of how you will supply. To be a good seller, you have to understand your buyers the best. And you may not have the best product, but you definitely will have the best edge because you understand your buyers better than your competitors. And there is never a point where you will be the best all the time. And that's the essence of competition in business, is that the race of the game of business, or the competition, the contest in business, is to be the business that uniquely understands your customers' needs and uniquely has a process on how to solve that need. You deal with that, everything else that comes with that will flow naturally to your business, and you'll be able to have an edge competing correctly in the market because you have defined your demand, aligned with it, and therefore your supply is that which will definitely align with what people want, and they will be willing to pay you for it, and they'll be willing to continue paying for it because of the uniqueness of the offer that you have to give them. Otherwise, dear friends, I hope this video has blessed you. I hope this video has given you some clarity. I wish you a great one. May God richly bless you. In Jesus' mighty name, amen and amen.